Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my
We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Welcome brothers and sisters, this is Nalini. A few of Shri Baba's disciples were truly blessed to serve Baba for most of their lives. Prominent among them was Shri Raja Reddy, who came to Shri Baba as a teenager and had the special privilege of being the bhajan singer from 1968 to 1983. Swami enjoyed Shri Raja Reddy's soul-stirring bhajan so much so that once Swami came out of the interview room when Raja Reddy was singing and told him, "Why do you sing so beautifully? I just couldn't continue with the interview. You have just pulled me into you." Raja Reddy truly justified Baba's oft-repeated saying that God loves music. Shri Raja Reddy's long association with Baba and his various experiences have been recorded in a series of interviews conducted by another great devotee and translator of Shri Baba, Anil Kumar. Throughout the month of August, we'll be featuring Shri Raja Reddy's fascinating story with Bhagwan. One of the foremost devotees of Shri Baba is Shri Raja Reddy.
Ever grateful for Bhagavan, his lotus feet.
Raja Reddy's first introduction to Baba was through a picture of Shirdi Sai Baba, which came to him in a mysterious way.
First divine opportunity darshan I had. Shri Baba photo is equal to Baba's presence. Just passed my enter and entered into my Bhyanas. You can imagine young radiant face of Swami.
I wore a pant with white shirt. It was due to the Western education.
Can't help it.
I went there and saw Swami. Swami was signaling like this. I asked him, "What, sir? You are signaling something to me? What does it mean?" I asked him directly. Swami asked, "Why have you tucked your shirt in?" "It's a trend in my college," I said. "Same way it is with me," he said.
I used to go through my sessions of meditation, waves of bliss. What I was impressed most, even though few words, it went straight into my heart. That was the impression. Omkarnatham, the shrill voice of the soul, and that's always there.
Sometimes, even in non-meditative state, Swami would say, "See, gods and goddesses are coming." Then the whole area would be filled with an out-of-the-world fragrance. One Swami was staying in the mandir. Suddenly, I felt as though half of the sun was on me.
Half of the whole sun's orbit, entire sun image. So much so it was shocking.
I never made any effort to have these experiences. They're not out of imagination. It all happens because of His grace. When we put our efforts, His grace flows.
If we are fully awake to the experiences, we are fully conscious of the experiences, the resultant bliss or peace or whatever you call it.
I used to travel with Swami. Once we went to Bangalore. On some issue, I had a difference of opinion. It was a continuation of my ego and ignorance.
It's a continuation.
I packed my things and left. I must have reached halfway. I stopped at a restaurant and having some snacks. I felt an unbearable anguish wrench my heart as if my heart was wrung like a wet Turkish towel. Unable to bear the suffocation, I took the bus back to Bangalore. When I reached the place, Swami was sitting on a bed writing a letter to me. "Where will you go leaving me?" I told myself. He is the indweller of my heart. Without his permission, neither can we come close nor leave him.
Raja Reddy sir's mother brought Raja
Great
Reddy sir to
devotee of Baba. She came to Puttaparthi in early 50s. She was the main.
How was it?
Love Swami like anything. She used to serve him. Naturally, her devotion came to Reddy Garu.
What was the side of Raja Reddy sir revealed to you?
He was too refined for this world. He was a very pure soul. He was a devotee of Prabhu Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and Vivekananda Swami. He never used to do blaming others. He used to do meditation for hours together. Simple, sincere. Our Swami mentioned very nice person. He used to love Swami. Swami used to love him.
More amazing stories of Shri Raja Reddy with Shri Baba in the next Prashanti. Thank you for watching. Jai Sai Ram. We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Welcome brothers and sisters, this is Nalini. In the last Prashanti, we watched the captivating story of how Shri Raja Reddy, one of the closest devotees of Baba, came into his fold. Shri Reddy had amazing experiences with Baba, including the vision of baby Krishna. On one occasion at Somnath temple, the crowds were huge and were not paving the way for Bhagwan to get to his car. Raja Reddy just held Swami's hand, and to his utter surprise, the next second, within the batting of an eyelid, they reached inside the car. In his long association with Swami, Shri Raja Reddy had many such incidents. Let us watch.
Immense grace.
Swami was relaxing on the bed. Whenever travel, he used to carry with him a 5-cell torch.
5-cell torch, one of the ingredients of packing.
If you see the light coming from my heart, you are a devotee of Narayana. If you see the light coming out from my forehead, you are a devotee of Shiva. After some time, I saw a light coming from the heart area. The reason being, Lord Krishna is my life. We are all doubting Thomases. I took the 5-cell torch, kept it under the blanket to see if the same effect is produced. Swami came in just at that time and caught me red-handed. He said, "What should I do to prove myself?" Swami used to come to our houses and would take pan and coffee sometimes. These were like Krishna Leelas. In those times, there were no bank facilities, and so there was a problem of security. Lady devotees from well-to-do families used to deposit all their belongings with Swami, and he would keep them safely in an almirah in the mandir. There were no taps for water and all that. This boy was fetching water. One day, suddenly, Swami came and said, "I had kept the jewels of so-and-so, and now it's missing. I have seen it in this boy's pocket." The necklaces would have a twine in the back. That twine apparently was hanging out of this boy's pant pocket, and Swami had observed it. Swami said, "Now what should I tell these people? That boy is absconding." Then he said, "Okay, wait." And he just did like this. Bundled in a kerchief, all the jewelry fell into his hands. What is not possible for him? Swami used to be very eco-friendly, just as we are ego-friendly. According to Swami's teachings, the best way to remove ego is through the attitude, "I am thy servant." Surrender.
By the way,
6 internal enemies of man: desire, anger, greed, attachment, pride, and jealousy. When we say, "I surrender," axe falls on all these 6 vices. The best way for an aspirant is dasoham. I am your servitor. Swami used to go often into a trance. While talking, suddenly he would say, "Ah," with a blank stare. He would become dead stiff and fall down. We had to be alert. One time, when I held his palm after the trance, there was blood. Swami said that he had to save a devotee attacked by someone. One time, he pulled out his hair put it in his mouth and asked me to get water. I gave him water and he swallowed the hair. After coming out into our level of consciousness, he asked me, "Did I just swallow some hair?" I said, "Swami, a lot." He opened one button of his robe and from inside the chest he pulled out a thick ball of hair which was wet, straight out of the alimentary canal. Fantastic. Once we went for Badri Yatra. There used to be a cave called Vasishta Guha. Purushothamananda Swami was there. What a personality. So we went to him there. And what a place it was. Ganges is flowing by. On the shore is the Vasishta Guha. There was one seat placed there for meditation, completely disconnected from the world. Deer and cheetah will be playing around. Such were the vibrations there. He had such effulgence. Swami told all of us to do bhajans. As soon as we started, he went off into an ecstatic trance. Swami called Purushothamananda.
He had to be actually shaken up and could not even talk because full of bliss.
He hugged Swami and said, "Very happy, very happy. God has sent you to me." Swami said, "God himself has come." After coming back, Shivaratri festival was taking place in Prashanti Nilayam. Suddenly, Swami went onto the stage and blew vibhuti. Purushothamananda passed away, Swami said. Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram. We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Welcome brothers and sisters, this is Nalini. We have been enjoying Shri Raja Reddy's long association with Baba and his various fascinating experiences with Baba in his conversation with Shri Anil Kumar. Today on Prashanti, we bring you the concluding part of Shri Raja Reddy's narration where he gives precious pearls of wisdom which he learned at the lotus feet of Swami. Let's watch.
Badri, Kashi Vishveshwar, Madalukoni, Ayodhya. Bhagavan has recharged
those idols of worship.
Our tools to examine him, analyze him are too crude. But our tendency is too big to analyze him. That is where we are washed off our feet. Actually, the analysis should be turned back to ourselves. Who am I? The structure of an atom, neutron, proton, going to form the nucleus. Electron surrounding
Revolves.
So Shiva Shakti Akade Shiva, nucleus.
Shakti.
The substratum elemental principle is atom, Shiva Shakti. So it is not only the Atmic principle, the consciousness that is God, even the inanimate thing is also God. Ramakrishna Bhagavan Goda, I see that God himself has become the universe and its living beings. Who are you to help the poor? Serve the poor. Serve is the right word in it. Of course, self-analysis. What I am coming back to is, analysis should be turned to ourselves. Experience should be turned to Bhagavan. You must experience him. Analyze him and experience our enjoyments. That is not the solution.
Oh.
You analyze yourself and you experience him. How? By following the instructions. Ever be watchful and take in as much of God into you as possible. Until now. Even from my younger days, I used to have this feeling of prism. Three-sided. I used to consider the human personality as a prism, where body, mind and spirit are the three parts of the prism. When these three are developed simultaneously, hand in hand, the reflection that you get is stupendous. And when His grace as a ray passes through the prism, it comes out in flying colors, Vibhya. When you want to go into flying colors, this is the only way. All three should be developed comprehensively, physic, mind and spirit. Pranayam goes a long way. I enjoy my pranayams. Every day 1 hour. They are beautiful. It is good to have a healthy mind and a healthy body. The more you are sickly, the more you are drawn into your body. Keep your body healthy and strong so that you can forget the body. For the whole world at large, on the preventive side, the beautiful water. On the curative side, beautiful hospitals. All free.
is an interesting anecdote about Shri Raja Reddy retiring from his bhajan singing when he was 60 years old, and I quote, "All the students were singing with fresh and blooming voices. Bhagavan wanted to give them more chances, and I was also getting outmoded. So one fine morning, as I was sitting there to sing a bhajan, all of a sudden the mic was taken away from me. Being with him for so many years, I knew of Swami's ways and could get the hint, so I did not react at all. Then, after the bhajans were over, Swami just looked at me. It was just a glance, but very deep. For about 2-3 days, I was just floating in bliss. Just a look, nothing else." End of quote.
When he was in ICU, there also he used to do dhyanam. I told him, I can take you to Puttaparthi. He said, "No, you mean to say Swami is not here? He is standing in front of me." Whatever had happened in the ICU and his last stages, our Swami mentioned in interview room, each and everything. Then you said like this, then Raja said like that. He said Swami is here. I was there. So Swami's great devotee emerged in Swami like this. He told us. Very, very nice person. Why are you all crying? He has not gone anywhere. He has come to me, to my heart.
Baba was so kind and close to Raja Reddy that he always used to call him my Raja, and when Reddy passed away, it was Bhagavan who wept more than the wife of Raja Reddy. Bhagavan used to say that Raja remains forever on the right side of Bhagavan's chest, where exactly the spiritual heart resides. This shows that God is as close to you as you are close to Him. Shri Raja Reddy merged with Swami in 2009 after having served Baba for many decades and having left a rich legacy of priceless bhajans and singing to posterity. Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram.
Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food.
We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Welcome brothers and sisters, this is Nalini. Last month on Prashanti, we enjoyed one of the greatest devotees of Shri Baba, Shri Raja Reddy's journey with Swami. Throughout the month of September, we bring you the equally amazing journey of Mrs. Raja Reddy, Jyotsna Reddy, who was a Sattvic lady, as Baba himself put it. Mrs.Jyotsna Reddy was the daughter of the legendary music composer Shri Panduranga Dikshit. Jyotsna first saw Baba in Mumbai when she was 19 years old with her parents. Later, Baba himself arranged for her marriage with Shri Raja Reddy, who had been a great bhajan singer for Baba. In a series of interviews Tryst with Destiny conducted by Shri Bishu Krishti, Mrs. Reddy recounts beautiful memories and moments, lessons and directions that she received directly from Bhagavan. The 3 segments on Mrs. Jyotsna Reddy bring you most gripping events of her life, from Bhagavan making a non-singer into a beautiful melodious bhajan singer, to his presence in her life even after his Mahasamadhi.
We are all basically staunch devotees of Shri Sai Baba. My grandparents used to visit Shri Sai Baba. In 1915, when my grandmother was carrying my father, Shri Sai Baba told her, "You will have a son and he will be talented." As he had blessed him, my father, Panduranga Dikshit, was a renowned music director, painter, filmmaker, poet of national repute. My mother, she is a classical singer, gold medalist. So in 1965, when Swami came to Bombay, Mr. Savant invited my parents to sing in front of our Swami. That was the beginning of this beautiful journey. Next day again Swami called them. I also went with them. I said, yesterday everybody else got the vibhuti. I was not there. He immediately materialized vibhuti and gave. We went to Puttaparthi. I heard very melodious voice. It was Mr. Raja Reddy. It was my first introduction. Swami asked me, will you not sing? I said, Swami, I don't have voice. So Swami said, we will sing from today onwards. He talked to my father's mother. She was in tears. And she said, he is my Shirdi Baba. Because whatever conversation she had with Shirdi Sai Baba, Swami repeated. And he continued from that. So immediately she composed few lines. There is a beautiful confluence of Shirdi and Parthi. Huge turning point in our lives. Almost all bhajans, the wordings are mine, the tunes are my parents.
Ethereal bhajans.
And from dais, he used to give me instructions by only lip movements. Satya Sai. I had to be very alert.
Bhajans on demand.
Swami used to enjoy these bhajans of mine, get lost in ecstasy. And when he used to open his eyes, look around, as if see the voice I had given her, how this is working. I never knew singing, this was his voice. After my graduation, I wanted to do audio-visual communications in Philadelphia. Swami said, no, after BA, now BA, Baba. Do it in India. So I did in Bombay. He wanted to pull me to Puttaparthi, do many miracles in my life. It was just the foundation. For Swami's sake, my father arranged special screening of Shirdi Se Shri Sai Baba. First movie on Shirdi Sai Baba. I was fortunate to get a small role of Harijan girl. Swami liked the film very much. He said, Dikshit, my first avtara's anger you didn't show. My father said, my daughter is having exams. Be honest. Which paper? He asked me. I said, Shri Bhagavad Gita, Swami. What is the gist of Bhagavad Gita? I simply like a Sanskrit student started. He said, no, Bhagavad Gita starts from the word dha, ends with ma. So the gist of Bhagavad Gita is dharma. Duty with love. What are the shlokas you know from Bhagavad Gita? I started with Ya Nishasa. Then Sai Krishna himself explained this shloka to me on length. No wonder when I went to give my exam, very first question, what is the gist of Bhagavad Gita? Explain the shloka, Ya Nishasa Rabhuti. And I got distinction in my paper. I asked Swami, devotion is supreme. Then why these rituals are there? He said, rituals done properly purify Kala, the time. This also I put in my Gita paper. I added. Swami was performing Vibhuti Abhishekam. One gem fell on my lap. In my next interview, I just gave him and said, Swamiji, kindly take this back. He said, no, it was meant for you. Put it in your Mangal Sutram. I witnessed Lingodbhavam. There was a Jyoti moving inside the Lingam. He said, those who have witnessed have no punarjan. Swami is like sun. He gives you light as well as heat. We had to be very careful, almost dumb. Swami used to play each and every instrument, but I didn't see him playing flute.
Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram. We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Welcome brothers and sisters, this is Nalini. Last week on Prashanti, we enjoyed the narration of Mrs.Jyotsna Reddy on how she came to Shri Baba and how Bhagavan pulled her to Puttaparthi. Today, we continue with Baba arranging for her wedding with Mr. Raja Reddy among other fascinating facts. Let's watch.
In 1973, a very, very, very miraculous thing happened in my life. Early in the morning, I had a dream in which our Swami came to me and he was saying, I'll make you marry this person, Raja Reddy Garu. He will be your husband. Your wedding I will perform. Swami sent a message to my father. Come on 10th of this December. We reached there. Next day, Swami took us inside the Vrindavan bungalow where my would-be husband, Mr. Raja Reddy Garu, and my mother-in-law, he was there. He said, this is your daughter-in-law. How is she? And she said, I liked her, but Swami, how to communicate with this girl? She doesn't know Telugu. Swami put his hand on my head and said, I told her Now you will speak Telugu also, Russian also. He told my father, this was my very, very, very old sankalpam that she should get married to Raja Reddy. Is it okay? My father said, as you say, Swami, on 12th of December, Swami asked us to get 3 big garlands. He asked me to put him one garland. Then he asked him to put me the other garland. We both put one big garland to Swami. Swami materialized vibhuti, kumkum, sacred rice, flowers from his hand. He himself chanted mantras. He told my father, this is her real wedding in Whitefield. I will do her wedding in Puttaparthi on grand scale for public and your relations. Swami blessed me with so many saris, jewelries. He said, this is from Swami. After our marriage, he sent a beautiful letter. Raja, you are a very sattvic person. You have got such a sattvic wife. I bless you both. He praised in that letter. Afterwards, such praises were diluted. Swami said, don't start in Rahu Kalam. My parents, not knowing Rahu Kalam, started in Rahu Kalam for Bombay. Near Belgaum, our car was stopped. There was some agitation between Maharashtra and Karnataka. So they were not allowing us to move forward, pelting the car with stones. So it was a very serious thing. They pulled my father out of the car. They snatched away the car keys and they said, come out. Suddenly, a fat student came out of the mob and said, he's like my father, she's like my mother, and she's my sister. They're newly engaged. They are all coming from Satya Sai Baba's ashram. Give them their keys back. And the safe passage was made for us. 17th again, Swami had called us. When we came, Swami said, why did you start in Rahu Kalam? I told you not to start. I said, pardon me, Swami, I never knew it was Rahu Kalam. Swami said, I came in the form of that fat student. You were all saved. Don't commit this mistake anymore. Swami sent Field Marshal General Kariyappa to our home as his guest. He had a very strict daily regimen. Very hard to please him. Early morning after his walk, he used to demand idli. He used to be on our toes to serve him. But he was a very nice person. He wrote a beautiful letter to Swami in which he praised our hospitality. Swami said, you could please him. In 1975, during my pregnancy, doctors declared that it was a case of threatening abortion. Swami said, nothing will happen to her, I am with her. Then he used to ask me to come in, and my husband used to park the car near the bungalow, and Swami used to come there, lift up his lotus pada. He used to say that open the door but don't bend. 9 months I got Swami's vibhuti and pad namaskaras at least once in a month. Swami saved my child. Vivekananda Swami named him. He's a doctor now. I used to prepare a few dishes and send them to Baba. My cook was with me. One day he took a leave. I didn't know much about the Andhra cooking. Somehow I could prepare few dishes and send them with Reddy Garu. Because of my slow preparations, he could reach that day very late. Till Swami was waiting. My husband told him that helper was not there. So he said, oh, such dedication. Bhaktas like these, 1 or 2 will do enough for me. Because of his love.
More than the content, what went into the food during the preparation of the food.
Absolutely.
That is what touches Swami.
Swami used to say, when you think of me, when you do japam, Rama Rama, Krishna Krishna, Sai Sai, anything. When you do likit japam, right, everything comes to me ultimately, and that is dhyanam. Nothing is lost. He used to transform the lives of the bhaktas from personal human level to transcendental divine level. This is the greatest miracle.
More next time. Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram. We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Welcome brothers and sisters. This is Nalini. We truly got a glimpse into the beautiful journey of one of the closest devotees of Shri Baba, Mr. Raja Reddy last month and Mrs.Jyotsna Reddy this month. We conclude our segment on Mrs.Jyotsna Reddy on today's Prashanti, where she shares invaluable tips on bhajan singing and also talks about Baba's great sense of humor.
What are the learnings about singing that you gathered at the Lotus Feet?
Our Swami is the source and embodiment of all music, musical talents, arts, Swami used to tell my father, you sing Hindustani classical ragas, I will sing the similar Carnatic classical ragas. My father used to say, his modulations, high pitch voice, knowledge of ragas, something amazing. Swami used to sing some unknown ragas. He used to tell my father, I sing in nasal voice, no Dikshit. My father said, Swami, we are very fortunate to listen to your bhajans.
Pining to listen to.
Yeah.
People think Swami is giving attention to this person.
It happened in
attention
my
to a
life. Once he was talking to the industrialist from Bombay. At length, I was thinking to myself, why this partiality sidelining us? Because they are rich people. At once, Swami turned his face and told me, under one rich person, 100% are working. So if I correct the rich person, automatically the other 100% will be corrected.
Question in your mind and he just
In a
turns.
flash of moment, when we came out, I asked the family members whether you heard this. They said, when did Swami talk to you? No, we never heard. After Swami's Mahasamadhi also, we experienced Swami's miracles. One morning after his Mahasamadhi, suddenly a voice came in our dream. Myself and my son simultaneously, come to Puttaparthi. His dream also, the same voice said, come to Puttaparthi. We came to Puttaparthi immediately by the first flight itself. My mother-in-law was operated for bladder cancer. Doctors gave the hopes. He put his divine hand on her forehead and said, open your eyes, I have come. She gave a response. She came back. And Swami said, she served me for a long time. How can I forget her? My Swami's love is infinite. Once I put an addition to my bhajan. Instead of singing Chitta Chora, I started singing in my own way. Chitta Chora. He didn't like it. Since that day, I stopped taking the additions.
You can't take chances.
No, once he was complaining about me. Practice is not up to the mark. Vishu, I can't pose as a very big sadhaka. Mr. Reddy used to do meditation. I couldn't do. So I started doing japam, singing bhajans. The sadhana should be there.
When you do some sadhana, then purity comes in.
Yes. One morning, I had a beautiful dream. Shri Sai Baba materializing vibhuti and japamala, he put it around my neck. Bhajan singers say Shri Sai Baba never used to give japamala to college girls. Swami, he materialized japamala just as Shri Sai Baba in my dream. He put it around my neck and he said, the dream has come true. I was convinced he is my Shri Sai Baba.
Once and for all, he was sealed.
Yes, he was very humorous. Once one American actress, Swami asked her, what is your name? She said, Rosemary Swami. Swami turned to my father and said, he is saying she gets married every day. Rosemary. We couldn't control our laughter. She was asking, what Swami? Immediately he turned to her and said, I told these people, you are everyday happy. Rosemary. Rose means daily in Hindi. So daily you are happy. He made her happy and he cracked jokes. My husband was very health conscious. Swami told him jokingly, Raja, why are you exercising so much? Do you want to recruit yourself for the China war? He used to give us few hints regarding bhajans. And he was very particular that we should observe all his orders. He used to say, never try brand new bhajans at the time of festivals unless the crowd is well acquainted with the bhajans. Don't use clumsy and difficult words. Don't sing very slow and dull bhajans. When Swami was singing Subramanyam, Subramanyam, for a moment I could see Swami in full vibhuti. Sometimes bhajan singers used to say very feebly. He used to ask. Swami never used to like lengthy shlokas. He used to sit like this way, this way. My voice was given by Swami. I didn't have any knowledge about singing. I didn't have voice. Both things were given by Baba to me. I'm eternally thankful to him for giving me such opportunity of doing his seva this way. Please, please, please try to observe whatever Swami had said. Because these are his instructions, not my instructions.
Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram.